We're live on YouTube and we are live on Periscope. So, to everybody out there, hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is the Pink Elf in the Room conversation, and we are gonna pretty much wrap up what we were talking about yesterday, which was about just the female side of things. So, if you feel this resonates with you, by the way, don't hesitate to leave any hearts. Don't hesitate to leave any likes. Please comment your thoughts one way or another because I like to hear everybody's thoughts because we are one in this conversation and I want to get a conversation going for us to grow each other more. So without further ado, we're going to just go back to where we were before about like I said, there are plenty of women right now that are at this point in time. There's now more women who are getting more jobs, and that is great one way or another. I have nothing against that, and I believe that is something that should happen. But on top of that, you still are seeing some things that aren't quite changing. They're slowly changing, and that's good. But they still need to change further, which is growing and allowing women to get into higher end positions or do things, becoming things that most women aren't known to do. There aren't really that many women who are billionaires, for example. It's known that it's mostly a man's world. There aren't that many women in high end jobs where you can be in finance, be in banking, be the CEO. These are different areas, of course, where we're still learning to grow that and evolve who we are. And it's vitally important to see those things happen. Now, like I had said earlier about just the power struggle between men and women, women use their bodies many of times to seem as though they're innocent. And there have been incidents, like I said in the last video, please check that out. In the last Pink Elf in the Room one, which was episode 52 for the people on YouTube, and for the people on Periscope, I believe that is 158. Check that out. Because using that ideology to believe that it's okay for me to be who I am and not think, for example, if someone who harms you or rapes you, that's not okay one way or another. Um, we should be living more in a society of fairness, but we do not give that benefit of the doubt. We believe that the person who is stronger, which we feel is the male energy, is the one who can do more reckless things compared to the female energy, when that is highly unlikely. And that is why it's important to observe both sides instead of saying, I couldn't do that. It could never be like that, and so on and so forth. No. On top of that, if men were more willing to open up to that side of women, understanding their emotional side of who they are. But on the other end, if women were more open to that side of men, physical, of course, for many of us as we observe, but if both sides were more understanding, many of the situations you see in today's society would slowly dissipate. There would be less of this happening. And the point is to evolve that part of who we are instead of being malicious on both sides, which we see on both sides one way or another, whether it be trying, for example, when we talk about our people with, when we were talking earlier about the Me Too movement, the hatred towards people who are shunning you and paying you off one way or another to be hush hush, the power of men using that to manipulate what women feel deep inside their heart, that they are being harmed, they are being hurt, that is not fair. But on the other side, with the other story I said, where the guy, for example, who got raped by his own ex-girlfriend and she had a machete up to his throat and everything, and but no one considered it as rape one way or another. That is another side. These are two different sides, and it's important to observe both sides. That instead of us being the way we are, being harmful and stuff, on top of that, if we are more willing to see seriously both sides and be fair to both sides with great care, you would not have the issues you have. You can see these in many indigenous people where they are willing to share everything and care for everything in a same matter, no matter if you're male or female, and they don't have the criminal or the crime issue, the criminal issues that we have in different areas across the world, especially when we're talking about the states, especially when we're talking places in Europe or places in Africa or places elsewhere, wherever it is, and places in South America and so on and so forth. There are not those issues with indigenous people because of the fact that they don't have those factors. They share everything. Sharing how you feel, sharing both the energy of both sides instead of blocking each other is vitally important. When you are willing to show what you feel no matter what, and when it is allowed to be freely open to the other party, both male and female, whether it's men listening or understanding the emotions of women or women understanding that physical part of men. And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's men understanding men's emotions or understanding women's physical part. But one way or another, having an understanding of both is what will grow who you truly are as a person on both sides. Because again, you are not just, even if you're in a female body, you're not just female, you have male energy, masculine energy. And even if you're male, you too, you have feminine energy. There is a balance between the two that's vitally important. It is important, of course, to have your own feelings about how you feel. If you feel you need to be masculine, that's fine. If you feel you need to be more feminine, that's fine. No matter who you are, no matter he or she, it does not matter, because that is what you are choosing to be in your life at this point in time. It's a choice. But the biggest choice you have to be willing to ask yourself is is what we're doing to people in this power struggle helping? And in my own thoughts about all this, it's not beneficial to us in any way, shape, or form. It has not helped us grow who we are. It has not advanced us to do more in life. It has demeaned more people, in fact, than actually changed more people. So it has done more harm to people in a sense than actually more good. And this is where you have to be willing to seriously observe the choices you make in today's society, the people you talk to, the people you care for, the things you do. This is why I constantly say observation is key. It is key to observe people because you know them for more than who they truly are under skin, underneath the skin. You see people for what they say, what they feel, instead of what is spewed at you, whether it be through media or whether it be through people who feel their left wing, whether it's people feel their wing, whether it's people who feel like they trust what's on TV, they trust what's in the newspaper and everything. And you have to be willing to observe with your own heart of hearts and see people for who they are and see you for who you are. Love yourself and realize that everything around you is you. Love thyself and you will know the gods and the goddesses, is what I always say. And that is because this, at the end of the day, is you. I've asked this question several times to many people, and this is something I want people to always keep in mind. If everybody is you, but just with simply different issues in life, how would you treat them? Think about that for a sec. If this was all you, you could feel the pain of someone else. You could feel the hurt or the frustration of someone else. How would you treat yourself in everyday life? Think about that and realize just simply at the end of the day how amazing, how beautiful, how magnificent, how great you are as being the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So we're going to end it here. But to